Welcome to this edition of Talk with TAS. I am your host, Dr. Teresa A. Smith, Dr. TAS, and today I am really excited to have with me Marva Riley. I have been following Marva Riley probably about 3 or 4 years now, and she is a former nurse who has made her business to make sure that we take care of our health. I've got two of Marva's books that I use. I've even started changing some of the things that I eat. I don't know if Marva's noticed, but I've changed how I eat some things. And so I wanted to invite Marva on to talk with you about how you can kind of tweak your diet without blowing your bank account, because sometimes we think you got to have a certain amount of money to eat this type of food or that type of food or to do this sort of exercise. Marva has sort of cracked the code on how you can take simple things that are very nutritious or simple things to help you get your exercise in. So she's here today to help us as a health advocate figure it all out so that we can impact our lives positively also. So Marva, welcome to Talk with Taz.
Thank you so much, Dr. Taz. It's such a delight to be with you. I follow you and I see the amazing things that you're doing. And I'm so grateful that you invited me to be with you today.
Well, thank you, Marva. As I said, I met you some years back, and I have really been paying attention to what you do. Before I get into the structure part of this, I will say that I say to my parents, and I say to several people, I have started using lentil. And I use the lentil as my base if I'm going to do a salad, because I'm kind of flighty. I like a salad today. I don't like it tomorrow. But I have started using lentil. At first, I had some lettuce. And then I had the lentil. Then it was like, if I don't have lettuce, I don't need the lettuce. I just do my lentil and then I just build from there. And I got that idea from looking at your food when I would see it on social media. I'm like, Marva is just putting this and putting that. And I'm like, well, that's all you really have to do. It's just add a little this, add a little that. We kind of have a mindset that things have to be a certain way, but you're trying to help us to understand it doesn't. Let's just get the nutrition on the plate or in the blender.
That's right. Yes.
Or in the blender.
Yes. Yes.
Now, Marva, you believe the body is designed to heal itself. Can you walk us through a moment in your personal health journey when that truth really came alive for you?
Oh, yes. Well, I was 38 years old with two little kids and a husband, and I started having multiple health issues, including heart palpitations, shortness of breath, dizziness, lightheadedness, low energy and fatigue, irritable bowel syndrome, gastric reflux, joint pain. Everything really was bothering me. And I was only 38. I could barely function. I was a nurse. I worked in the intensive care and the recovery room, critical care nurse. I didn't know what was going on. And I went to see several traditional Western medicine physicians, and all they did was prescribe me one drug after the other. And being a critical care nurse, I saw how people were prescribed drugs. They were prescribed corticosteroids, for example, that messed up their kidney and put them into diabetes. And it never really solved the root of the problem. So when I became sick, I knew that that's not really the route I wanted to go. But I kind of didn't know any other way because it's not taught. And I went to several specialists and they all gave me drugs. They gave me heart drugs and my blood pressure would bottom out. My heart rate would bottom out, that kind of thing. So I was so sick because I was allergic to every food there was. Anything that I could put in my mouth, I was allergic to except purified water. One day I was in the hospital and I saw a medical doctor that I used to work with at another hospital. And he said, Marva, you look like shit. Pardon my language. That's what he said to me. He said, you look like shit. What's going on? And I said, Dr. Hirsch, this is blah, blah, blah. And I told him. And he said, I was very sick and my wife dragged me to see an Eastern medicine practitioner. Now, this guy is a Western medicine physician that I worked with in intensive care. He said his wife dragged him to see an Eastern medicine doctor, and the rest is history. And when he told me about it, about what the treatment protocol was, and I said, well, do you know, who can I see? He said, I offer it now. It works so well that I went and I studied it and I offered it in my office. Well, essentially what it is that it's a energy kind of a treatment protocol where excess stress and, toxins and all of that can cause the energy pathways in your body to be blocked. And so your body's not able to heal itself. It's not able to function optimally. So I started the treatment, and within 2 weeks I could have sweet potato. And as he treated me, I could incorporate more and more and more stuff. But let me back up a little bit. I was so sick that I was having needle and pins all over my body. I was feeling faint. And I went to see a neurologist, and he did all kind of tests. And he said, a lot of it is in your mind. I want you to do yoga. I want you to eat properly, get sunlight and fresh air, and enjoy life. You're a young woman. Nothing is wrong with you. It's all stress. So when I incorporated all those things, I noticed that my body started healing. Now, regarding the heart issue, I did have to have a heart procedure. And after the heart doctor was done, and I went for my 2 weeks checkup, he said to me, I want you to walk every day for 30 minutes, change your diet, get rid of coffee, practice yoga, and get fresh air and sunlight. They were all saying the same thing. And I started doing that, and my heart was functioning at 30%. And when I incorporated all those habits, when I went back to see the cardiologist, my heart was functioning at 55. And 6 months after that, 65, which is optimal. So that's my story. And so because I know it worked for me, and I have encouraged others to try it, and I hear other people's testimonials, that's why I'm on a quest to tell the world that our bodies are well able to heal themselves, but we just have to give the right tool. Just like the physicians encourage me to do the walking, that's what I'm trying to do with the folks that I talk to.
So now, Marva, you basically said that healing doesn't come from this magic pill. And when we take the medication, which we know this, there are always going to be side effects. There's side effects for aspirin or Tylenol. There's always going to be side effects. And we understand sometimes doctors don't know what the real issue is, so they're treating the symptoms. And you're taking so many medications, which then have to treat symptoms, which then cause other symptoms. And so before you know it, it's almost having a salad full of medication to treat all these different symptoms. And some of these things are counteracting each other. Yeah. So if you had to recommend one simple, consistent tool that made the biggest difference in your own journey, what would that be?
I would say switching to a primarily plant-based diet. Because a lot of the issues that we have are related to what we eat. Some people will go to the gym every day or 5 days a week, and they'll work out 2-3 hours a day. Well, maybe not that much, an hour a day, but they're still eating the junk. You're not going to get anywhere. Hippocrates said thousands of years ago, he's the father of Western medicine, let your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. What we eat and are not eating is what's killing us. The fast food, which inflames our bodies. So many people in the United States and around the world are chronically constipated because they don't eat fiber foods. They don't eat apples. They don't eat pineapple. They don't eat greens. They eat junk. I mean, I met a young lady the other day, and I was talking to her about, feeding her kids healthy food. And she said she's never given her 2 boys an apple. So you have to train the kids from their young, because I have 6 grandchildren, and the parents introduce them to healthy eating from birth. My little one is 6 months old and the gum is bothering her. The mom cuts the apple and she holds it, and that's what's soothing the gum. instead of donut or some junk, because whatever you introduce the children to is what they're going to have the affinity for as they become older and as they become adults. But food is what is killing us. Dr. Joel Furman is a medical doctor who practices cardiology. I think he's out of California. And he wrote a book called The Fast Food Genocide. It's the food, even when you go to the supermarket, the fast food junk is there. Mm-hmm. All the restaurants are selling fast food. It's everywhere. It's in the kids' school. It's everywhere. So as parents and as responsible adults, we have to ensure that we set a good example by providing healthy foods for our family. Our kids will see us eating healthily. They will grow healthily and become healthy adults. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's not just a cliche.
That's true. Marva, you're right. I had an apple I threw in a smoothie yesterday. I may need to try to get a half of an apple in every day. But I love that tidbit about using the apple, a slice of apple, because I'm thinking like an apple that's not too mellow, but not hard, that in between, to massage the baby's gums. Because I think about when they used to give us teething. I think they called it teething ring.
Yes.
But that's basically what it was doing. But again, think about the nutrients that are being transpired, that are being transferred to the baby as you're doing that. They don't have to eat anything, they don't have to chew anything, but just doing that, and what that would be doing to the body.
Yes, absolutely. The body and the mind too, because that baby is being taught at that young age that if it grab an apple. Because her older sister, who is 5, I was visiting last year and I had an apple, and she said, "Grandma, can I have an apple?" I said, "You want a whole apple?" Yes. She wanted the entire apple. She grabbed it, and I grabbed my phone and started videotaping her. I said, "Aria, what is your favorite fruit?" She said, "Apple." And she was just enjoying the apple. "What's your least favorite fruit?" "Blueberry." "But I eat the blueberry because mommy said it's good for me."
It's good for her.
Yeah.
And she already knows it's good for her. So she's going to keep that habit of eating blueberries because they are good for us. And like you said, you start, what is the saying? Train up a child in the way they should go, so when they're old, they won't depart from it. And that's exactly what your daughter's doing. Train them up now to eat healthy.
Yeah.
And that's going to help them physically and emotionally and everything. But think about what their body is going to be like as they get older, because they're going to shy away. They're not going to want the fast food stuff because they were never really introduced to it. And that's what we need to do. So I like that, Marva. Now, many people don't, Marva, because you've been laying out this health advice so nice and so easy with it. But, people get so overwhelmed whenever we start talking about health advice. What's one small change that can spark real transformation?
I'd say just start introducing even one healthy food in your diet per day. It could be an apple, it could be a banana, a small bowl of salad, switching out that soda, one of the sodas that you have, for a glass of water. I don't like water personally. So what I do, I add fruits, I add cucumber or add lemon, or I love smoothies. Like right now it's watermelon season. So I put a slice of watermelon in the water. It's mainly water. Put a slice or two of watermelon in, a piece of ginger, a little bit of lemon, blend it out. And I do 64 ounces of that every day because it's summer, it's very hot. And you will get dehydrated and you could get heat stroke. And sometimes people walking around feeling fatigued, they have headache, they have tummy ache, they don't feel good, joint pain. It's because you're dehydrated. But you could add some fruits to that water, blend it into a smoothie. It's not mainly fruits, it's mainly water, but it changes the flavor. But it encourages me to drink because I'm going to finish at 64 ounces of water for the day. And not grab soda, not grab juice. Also, I don't bring juices or soda in my house because I have that weakness for sugar. And if it's there, I'm going to reach for it. If water is what's there, you will reach for the water. If you, in the morning, you get up and you just throw some stuff in your bullet and make a 64 ounces of smoothie, and you say, before the end of the day, I'm going to finish it. Guess what? You're getting water, you're getting vitamins, you're getting minerals, you're getting so much nutrient and hydration, and you're going to feel better, and your skin is going to glow, your hair will be better. Overall, you just feel better. So just start by adding one healthy thing per day, so you don't get overwhelmed. And, you could do that for a week, and then next week you say, what else can I do in terms of the nutrition? In terms of the exercise, you could say, okay, if you sit at a desk, set a kind of a timer or something, and then every 30 minutes you get up and just walk around your office, and then you can sit, move your legs around while you're sitting. Now they have these pads that you can put by your desk that you can stand and move. They have desks that you can lift up and move around and scoot around. You just have to be creative. Where there is a will, there is a way, and we must remember that our bodies are the temple of God. It is incumbent upon us to take care of our temple. It is not enough to go to church and lift up holy hands and speak in tongues and all that kind of stuff, when the very temple within which the Holy Spirit lives is not being cared for.
Now, Marva, you done preached a good sermon there, but you are so right. We're the temple that he's living in. And how can he live in a dying temple? But we don't realize that we've got to take care of the body so that we can stay fully connected to him and we can do what he wants us to do. And so it's on us to make sure that we do that. And, in your books, Marva, do you share a daily routine or wellness ritual that's been a game changer for you?
Yes, in all my books, actually, I have a wellness routine, because you know what? The thing is that, let me just say this really, really quick. Health is holistic. So I can eat healthily all day, but if I never move my body, I never exercise, it's not going to help much. And if I exercise and I eat healthily, but I stay stressed out all the time, and if I eat healthily, exercise, manage my stress, but I don't prioritize sleep. So it's holistic. We have to figure out a way to incorporate the body, mind, and the spirit. Make time for prayer, make time for meditation, make time to get outside and hang out in the sun a little bit, get a little fresh air. It doesn't have to be half an hour. It could be 1 minute. So I share those tidbits in all of my books, actually, how to incorporate the holistic lifestyle so that we can be a better, healthier version of ourselves. And the holistic lifestyle includes body, mind, and spirit. The thing is that once you have a system, it becomes so much easier. People think that living a healthy lifestyle is difficult. It's not. Because when you get used to grabbing a glass of water instead of a soda, you don't even bother to buy sodas anymore. It just becomes a part of you. When you get used to grabbing an apple or a banana instead of donut, you will not buy donuts anymore. I don't have no desire for those things anymore, Dr. Tas. If I want ice, I love ice cream. So if I want ice cream, I go to the ice cream place on Sunday afternoon. I'll treat myself to a double scoop ice cream. I'll enjoy it. If I go out to dinner, I love tiramisu. After I have my Italian dinner or whatever it is, I'll order myself a tiramisu. And I say to Anthony, don't it? I'm not going to share it. For me. Okay. Okay. But I would not bring tiramisu home, because if it's home, I'm going to eat it every day. Yes. I won't have ice cream in my freezer, because if it's there, I'm going to have it every day. So we have to exercise a little bit of a discipline. But even that doesn't happen overnight. It's with time, and you slide back and you mess up and you reset and you try again until it becomes part of your norm.
Well, I love that idea of treating yourself to your ice cream on Sundays when you want some ice cream. And you love tiramisu. So if you can get tiramisu on the menu after your meal, you're going to have tiramisu. So you're never really depriving yourself of anything. You're just you set your system up as to when you're going to have some of the things that you like.
Yes.
And so it works. And I love that idea. So that means we got to plan and think about how we're going to take care of this temple in a holistic manner. So I love that that nugget that you dropped. Now you emphasize, and I see this in all the things that you do on social media, that everyone has the, and you just told us who has the tools to heal. How do you guide people who think wellness is expensive or is inaccessible? How do you guide those folks?
Well, one thing I have come to realize is that people have money to do what they really want to do.
They do.
Yeah, because I know of people who they have Louis Vuittons, they have Michael Kors purses and handbags and whatever, but they're always complaining that they don't have money to pay their light bill or something like that, or they can't afford to eat healthily. Whatever is important to us, we can make it happen. No, I'm not saying that everybody falls in this category, because there are indeed some people that are live in poor neighborhoods. They don't have access to healthy foods. They are on very, very limited income. Sometimes they're single parents and stuff like that. So you have to be a little bit more creative. But now that meat is so expensive, for example, one way in which families can make sure that they have enough protein without breaking the bank with buying expensive chicken, or organic egg and expensive beef, because these things are, when I go, I don't eat those things really, but when I go, I see the price. How about beans? Black beans are cheap. You get a whole bag, 1 pound black beans, depending on where you shop. If you shop at Walmart or stuff like that, it could be $1.40. A whole bag of black beans, cook it, nice it up with some onion and things like that. And that's enough protein for your family of 4. And it's a healthier form of protein as well. So that's one way you could do it. At my supermarket, whenever the vegetables or fruits are not 100%, if they're like 90%, they mark it down. So there you could buy it. I know my daughter even buy those, cut it up, put it in the freezer, and use it as smoothie.
Yes.
That kind of thing. Some vegetables are very inexpensive. I love collard greens. Collard greens, super, super nutritious, very filling, delicious, and inexpensive. Green cabbage is not expensive either. So if there are some healthy greens that are not expensive, broccoli is expensive. But sometimes I even get spinach on sale if it's not 100%, it might be 90%, not rotted. And I'll buy it then when it's half price. Some places, like my sister lives in Florida. She goes to Aldi, where she says she gets organic stuff at a discounted price. So you have to do a little bit of thinking. My kids go to Costco because they have 3 little kids plus husband, wife, and a nanny. And so they have to provide for 6 members of the family. So they go to Costco and they buy, where eggs are cheaper. Everything is cheaper when you go to Costco and you have a big family. So you're going to use up what you buy. So you just have to be a little bit creative. But there's always a way to eat healthily. I give a lot of tips on my social media platforms, my YouTube, etc. Where there's a will, there's a way. And there are many other people who give tips as to how you can eat healthily. The thing is that being sick will cost you more. Now there are so many changes with Medicaid, Medicare, and insurance. I mean, I know people who are paying $400 or $500 towards a procedure or something, where they used to pay $200 for their insurance deductible or something like that. So it behoves us to get our bodies in the healthiest state, because it's going to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
And if you healthy, you go to the hospital. A gentleman who was doing some work for us, he got his finger cut. He needed a tetanus shot. He was in the emergency room for 15 hours unseen. Wow. So my point is, you have to figure out a way to optimize your health. Things happen, but optimize your health by doing the best you can every single day to make the right decision, right health choices.
Marva, what's the biggest myth people still believe about health and healing? And what's the truth that you wish that they understood?
I think people think that it's difficult to be healthy, that you have to deprive yourself of everything that you like to do to be healthy, that you have to be a fanatic to be healthy. But I know that my dad, for example, lived to be 92, never stepped foot in a gym. He walked. He walked everywhere. Mm-hmm. He never ate a lot of meat. And that's another myth, where people think that you need certain number of grams of animal protein in order to grow muscles and things like that. My dad never had an egg in his life, because he said when he was a child, he had egg and he got sick. And so because the egg comes from chicken, he never ate chicken. Okay. But he ate meat every day, but he ate small portions. He loved pork. But it was never a half a pound of pork, because, you know, the pork was either expensive, or traditionally in Jamaica, it was not the thing to have a lot of meat. Mm-hmm. They ate root vegetables and fruits and things like that. So you don't have to be in the gym. You can walk. You don't have to eat a whole lot of meat. You can eat a balanced diet. Make sure you have some protein, some fats, some carbohydrates, you know, some micronutrients like your vegetables. And yes, you can have your treat. If every day you feel like having a piece of cake after dinner, you can have a small piece of cake after dinner, you know. And I started seeing an acupuncturist, Chinese medicine physician recently. And I do enjoy 1 cup of coffee in the mornings. And but there's a school of thought that says you should not have any coffee. And I said to him, what about coffee? He said, 1 cup is fine. Moderation is key, and be sure that you enjoy it.
Exactly.
You know, that's so, yeah. I think the myth is that people think that being healthy requires all or nothing. That you have to be 100% in or 100% out, which is why people fail at the beginning of the year, when they set this unrealistic New Year's resolution to lose 50 pounds in 3 months, and they starve themselves because they go all in 100%, and that's unsustainable. Whereas if they had started making some small changes gradually, they might not even see any weight loss immediately, but you'll start losing some inches, and you'll start feeling better, and your doctor will be happier about your blood pressure and your blood sugar and your cholesterol.
Incremental changes. And you're right, Mom. I think sometimes we think that it's all or nothing, and nothing is 100% all the time. And we need to give ourselves grace. Those small changes, incremental changes over time, will make the difference. So it's like we got to retool our mind to understand that. And I think you're right. That's the myth that people go in with. And so therefore, they don't do anything.
Yes.
They don't do anything because they've already psyched themselves out. I can't do it. You know, you can do something. Just a little bit.
Right. Something. 5-minute walk instead of an hour at the gym.
Thank you.
And then you increase at 5 to 10. Sometimes these people working so much, even though they're working at home, they're tethered to their desk because the job is demanding so much.
Yes.
So if 5 minutes is all you can get before lunch, get that 5 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
And if 5 minutes is all you can get in after lunch, get the 5 minutes in. It's better than nothing.
Exactly. It's better than nothing. So, guys, she's telling you whatever you can do.
Yes.
Get that in. It's better than doing nothing. And eventually you'll be able to add to it, and you'll be able to do more and more and more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we may have just answered this. If someone's listening right now, they're discouraged, they're burnt out, what's the very first thing that you would tell them to do today?
I think they have to deal with the mind, because if you jump into a new health program and you haven't dealt with your mindset, they're not going to succeed, which again is the reason why most people, I think when I was writing my first book, actually it was when I was doing my weight loss book, Lose Weight and Keep It Off for Good. And my research shows that 80 to 85% of everyone who sets a New Year's resolution to lose weight, for example, or eat better or something like that, within 3 months, they give up. Because they did, and in that book, I said, you need to deal with your mind first.
Mm-hmm.
A very good friend was getting married last year, and she decided she was going to change her diet and start going to the gym so she could fit in this wedding dress that she envisions herself fitting in.
Yeah.
Well, not such a good idea. Okay, because what if more than likely what's going to happen is after the wedding, she's going to go back to it. I'll tell you a quick story. When I worked in the hospital, I had a young man. He was 25 years of age. He was supposed to get married in a few months, and he joined the gym, and he was working out so hard, not hydrating properly, and just working because he said he wanted to look buff on his wedding day for his bride. Well, his fiance brought him into the emergency room because she said he didn't have any energy. He was lethargic, didn't look himself, looked like he was dying. Mm-hmm. When they did his blood test, he was in full-blown kidney failure. And he was in, he had a condition called rhabdomyolysis, which is a problem with the liver and the kidney when you've overworked your muscles and also when you haven't hydrated enough. Because this young man was trying to accomplish a goal within a short time. He nearly killed himself. He nearly never became a groom. Yeah. So you see, it doesn't make sense. The thing is, as slow and steady, as they say, wins the race. If you feel discouraged, deal with your mind. What are my goals? And make sure the goals are realistic. To say you're going to lose 50 pounds in 5 months is not realistic. It didn't take you 5 months to gain that 50 pounds. So set some realistic goals, and then you sit down and you say, how am I going to accomplish these goals? If you can afford it and you can hire a professional to help guide you, it's okay. You know, it's your health. It's okay to hire a health coach or someone to help guide you. But you have to know what your goal is and come up with a plan as to how you're going to accomplish that goal and how can you make it sustainable. Okay, you might have to hook up with a group like our group, for example, where other people are doing this and you get encouraged and not become discouraged. And health is a lifetime journey. It's not a 1-year goal. It's a lifetime. For the rest of our lives, we will be working on becoming and remaining the healthiest version of ourselves till the day we die.
Absolutely. Marva, I have enjoyed our time today. How can people contact you or stay in contact with you to figure out, maybe what they can do? How can they follow you? Tell folks how they can, kind of reach out and touch, because they need somebody to help them with their mindset.
Yes. Well, I have written 4 amazing books. Okay. This one is called From Stuck to Limitless, an amazing book. From stuck, if you're feeling stuck, you can become limitless. Lose weight and keep it off for good. I have learned how to maintain a healthy weight, not starving myself. I enjoy the foods I like, and I share these tips in my book. This one is Share Recipe Book. It has well over 100. In fact, one of my buyers, he said 120 something recipes, and they're very simple. They can be whipped up in less than 30 minutes. And this is my first book, Eat, Sleep, Meditate, A Nurse's Guide to Health. Step by step, I'll show you how you can take back your health. And all of these books are available on Amazon, and they're only $9.99. They're easy to read. Each of these books you can read in 30 minutes. They're so easy, and you can go back. Some people tell me that they have them on their bedside table, that they can refer back to them. I have a YouTube channel. I post on my YouTube channel every day tips, what I do to stay healthy, what you can do to stay healthy. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Marva Riley. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook group called The Doctor in You. And I'm also on TikTok. And recently I joined Substack. I don't know if you're on Substack yet, Dr. TAS.
Not yet.
I'll get on Substack. A lot of good thing going on in Substack. So it's me. I live to teach people the holistic, healthy lifestyle by example. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. And I have a lot of information that will help you in my books and on my social media platforms.
Well, Marva, you are definitely leaving a legacy through your advocacy and your writing. And I just am so appreciative that I know you. I have 2 of the books. I'm going to have to get the other 2 books because I do have She, Her. Did I say it right? I have the yellow one. And then I have the first one, the
Meditate, A Nurse's Guide to Health. This book is this one, Eat, Sleep, Meditate, is actually my memoir. It's I lay out how I was deathly sick. The doctors told me that if I didn't have heart transplant, I probably wouldn't live.
And she did not. And look at her now.
That's it.
Well, Marva, God is good. And I am so glad that you had an opportunity to spend this time with us today. And to our audience, please make sure you follow Marva, and you know the drill. Before you go trying to take care of someone else, please make sure you take care of yourself first. Bye now.